Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another what I eat in a day video. Thank you so much for joining me for a fantastic day of food. So I'm not gonna lie, today I woke up and I wasn't really feeling that well. I wasn't feeling myself. I felt a little bit lightheaded, light on my feet. I just felt a bit dizzy and I just wasn't feeling that great, and I thought, oh no, I'm coming down with a bug. But actually, now I've got up, got dressed, put a bit of makeup on, I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm gonna have breakfast. You've joined me at the very beginning part of my day. I've had no school run today, and that is because a child in Layla's bubble at school has contracted COVID and been tested as positive. So now she needs to isolate at home for 2 weeks. So, you know, we're riding with the changes. I feel like this is going to keep happening as time goes on, and yeah, we're just kind of dealing with it at the moment. But you might see Layla throughout the day today. So, and I'm going to have something a bit more substantial than just a banana. I'm going to have some berries and some yogurt just because I feel like I need to get something in me. So that's nothing that you guys haven't seen before. I'll do a bit of an overlay, but lunch is going to be something very simple. Again, I have Layla. I want to do a bit of homeschooling with her today, and I have a few things I need to do for myself, like admin wise, emails and things like that. So it's going to be a very quick lunch. I have a gorgeous seeded loaf here and some beautiful ham that Andrea picked up from Tesco. So I feel like it might be some kind of ham sandwich situation. And then for dinner tonight, who knows? The world is my oyster. I have a full freezer, a full fridge, and I also have leftovers as well. So we'll talk about that later, but I hope you all enjoy it. This jumper you guys have seen so many times before. It's nothing new, along with my jeans, which again, sorry about that, are nothing new. I wear these jeans all the time. They're the Tory style from New Look. I'll link them down below. But something new, I am wearing eyeshadow today, and I haven't worn eyeshadow in forever. And when I mean eyeshadow, I mean it's not actually a cream one that I just swipe on and blend in with my fingertips. I've actually made a bit of effort and more eyeliner today, so I hope you like it. But give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and let's get on with the day. The yogurt I'm going to be having is by Tesco. It's the 0% fat-free Greek yogurt with honey. So I'm going to be having some of this, and what I thought I would do, because I haven't done this for a while, is I will give you guys an accurate point value when it comes to the serving of yogurt that I have, because I do get asked a lot, you know, can I share point values as accurately as possible? It's not always possible, just because I'm not too sure and I don't want to be overly strict and get caught up on numbers at the moment, but I'm going to show you guys what I have. So there is 118 grams here of yogurt, and if I get my app out, I can give you guys an exact point value for that amount, which I think I'm going to guess about 4 points. Like, I don't know, because I haven't tracked properly in the longest time. But I do have this frequently, so I can kind of eyeball it a little bit. So let's have a look. Change that to grams. 118, 4 points. Alongside, I'm gonna have some accompaniments. Of course, I cannot have yogurt without berries, guys. Come on, you know this by now. So I'm gonna wash myself some blackberries, and I have these beautiful organic raspberries that I picked up as well. Those going in, and then finally I'm going to add a tiny sprinkling of demerara sugar. You can leave this out. I'm not going to bother to track this. I don't even have a teaspoon's worth. Like, it's literally the lightest sprinkling, but feel free to get accurate and point this out if you'd want to. I add it for both texture and a tiny bit of flavour. Like, literally that is it. There's hardly anything there. It is the lightest dusting.
She decided she's not going to take the job in Paris.
Breakfast was, as always, delicious, and I'm actually feeling quite a lot better since I've eaten, which is great. So I'm going to have my lunch. I have this beautiful seeded loaf here, which, if I'm honest, I've never had before. I've had the Tesco version, but I've not had the Sainsbury's one, so we will track that in a moment. But it's this beautiful seeded loaf that I'm very excited to try. I also have some Dijon mustard here, some cucumber, some tomato, and I have some ham. Again, this is something I haven't had in WW before, so we can be tracking that in a moment. But this is basically the honey roast ham in the slightly thicker cut. So nice and filling for lunch. I have some butter, and finally I'm going to have some crisps as well, but we'll talk about all that in a moment. So I'm going to get my app out and start tracking some of the stuff. Beautiful seeded loaf here, which has actually 15 seeds, which I'm very excited about. So this says on the app that it is actually 4 points per slice, but what I'm going to do is change it to grams and get it on my weighing scale, because sometimes what it is in grams is very different to what it is per slice. So this is 88 grams. So technically this should cost me 8 points. And I think it will do, to be honest. Yeah, so that is completely accurate. 8 points for the bread, which I don't mind. You can get alternatives like this one. This is the multi-seed by Sainsbury's, the extra special. This is a bit less, so if you wanted to be a bit more point conscious, I think this works out at 6 points, but they are a little bit smaller because they're round in shape. And I'm gonna have some Bertolli butter. Now, I've never tracked my butter. Even when I was trying to lose weight, it was just an area that just didn't, like that and condiments, I just didn't bother tracking. To be honest with you, I used my weeklies for that, so I'm gonna do the same here. I'm not going to bother tracking, but again, if you want to track that, just get a serving out. Put it in a little dish if you want to be really particular, but most people would just have a regular light serving of butter, so I'm not going to focus on that too much, but feel free again to skip on it because we are having mustard as well. And next is the ham, and this is, it's just searching for it, 1 point for 2 slices. So again, I'm going to change it to grams because I've never had this before and I honestly don't know what this would equate to or what I would like, so I'm going to change it to grams and give it a proper weigh out. And I love the fact that this will reseal because it makes it super handy for having it another day. So there we go. I feel like that is definitely enough for me when it comes to the ham front, and that is 46 grams, or in points you are looking at 1 point, which is amazing, absolutely perfect. So I'm going to track that. And again, feel free to have more or have less, it's completely optional. And I also have some cucumber here, which is of course free, along with some tomato, again free on WW, and I'm going to have a tiny little dash of Dijon mustard as well. Done. I'm gonna go and tuck into that in a moment, but I'm gonna have some crisps. I love to have crisps with a sandwich, and these are the M&S Manchego cheese and chili. Now again, there's something I've never had before, so these are 16 points per 100 grams, which is quite high. So what I'm going to do is change it to grams and then weigh out the serving that I would like. And that is 20 grams exactly, which equates to, it's still going to be quite high, I would imagine. Do you know what, I'm going to have a bit more than that. It's only 3 points, so I'm going to add a bit more. I've weighed out a serving, which is 5 points, which I think, to be honest, is quite typical for what I would have for a bag of crisps. To be honest, I probably have a little bit less, but I'm going to go with it, just considering the fact that, again, I'm running, and I want to make sure that I'm not selling myself short, when it comes to calories. Just made a coffee. These sachets by Starbucks are actually 2 points for the latte and 3 points for the salted caramel. So I've got a salted caramel. And speaking of, I also have a cupcake that I made yesterday. These are 8 points per serving for the cupcake, and then 5 points for the buttercream. I'm going to use my weeklies for this, but feel free to have something that's a bit more point friendly. I like to have a bit of chocolate every single day. And yeah, I'm going to go and enjoy, and then we'll get back and make some dinner. Time has got a little bit away from me this evening, so I'm going to have leftovers for dinner tonight, and this is actually a Middle Eastern dish called Fasulia, which you have seen me cook on this channel before. I will link the video on the screen now where you can get the recipe. I'm not sure how much meat there is in this, to be quite honest with you, because I need to defrost it in the microwave, but this is basically a lamb, tomato, garlic stew, or casserole if you like, and it's just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Can't give you an accurate point value, but again, I don't think there'll be much meat in here, so this is majority sauce. So I'm going to have it with some rice and some bread, and I'm going to whip up a tzatziki to go with it, just because I fancy cucumber and I fancy yogurt, so I'm going to make a tzatziki to go alongside. But I'm going to pop that in the microwave now. There's actually 2 servings in here. I get lifted, just hold it there. guys, it's actually the next day now. I'm sorry, I completely forgot to end the video, but that Fasulia, I mean, it's so good. I knew it would be. I've had it before, but I'm going to put the recipe in the description box, so go and check that out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.